Hi everyone, very good morning. Welcome to the session. I'm
Good
sharing
morning,
my
sir.
very good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sharing my screen. So yesterday we were discussing about the waterfall model. Let me go and get that waterfall model. Okay, yeah. So waterfall model has got various stages like requirement collection, feasibility study, design, coding, programming, testing, installation, maintenance. So we discussed about requirement collection, feasibility study, design. Okay, so now next part is coding. So, once the design is finalized, okay, so that they will be sending a piece of requirements to the development team. Once the design is finalized, so then they'll send it to the development team to do the development. So here, all the developers, like junior developers, senior developers, even in fresh engineering graduates, whoever they have hired, or internship people who are all working on the internship, everybody they'll start building the software. This is a phase where actual product development starts. Earlier, we were following like this. Now we are not doing. See, they used to give an entire design and they used to assign the piece of work to everybody and they used to give a target. So that was a process which we were following earlier, but now it is completely different. We don't go like this. We are dividing into small piece of work for 15 days. We'll calculate for 5 years. We'll divide every 15 days. There will be a small task will be there for developers and testers. But earlier we were not following like that. So the entire product was given to the development, and they used to take 6 months or maybe 7 months or 8 months to do the entire development, and then they used to give it for a testing team. Till then there is no need of testing team. So then once they build a software, so they'll give a software to the testing team, like they'll start writing a code and they'll build it. Once that product is ready, then they'll give it for a testing team. Now here, test engineers, they'll start testing the software as per the requirements. They'll find a bug. Oh, there is a bug in the software. Immediately they'll throw back. No, developer, there is a bug in the software. There is a bug in the software. Hey, it is not working. There is a bug in the software. Again, he'll go and correct the code, and again he'll send the software to the testing team. This process will continue until testing team says that yes, this product is good to go for next stage. Until testing team give a sign off, we are not going to release the software. Sign off means it's an approval. In a real time, we say QA sign off is required if we want to release the software to the production environment. There are different environments will be there: development environment, QA environment, UAT environment, production environment. I'll explain you in detail what is these environments and why we use it in the real time. So one, until QA team give a sign off, this will not be go to the next stage. Okay, now QA team says that yeah, this product is good to go for next stage. Then this product will be sent to the installation team. So now installation team, there will be a separate team. Like whenever you go and buy any refrigerator or maybe washing machine, there will be one installation engineer from their company. They'll visit your house, they'll do the installation, and then they'll give a guidance to you, right? How to use. Same way here, we'll have a separate installation team. So they'll go and take this product and they'll install it in the customer place, whoever given the requirements, right? They'll go and install the software in the customer place or customer server, and then they'll give a guidance like how to use the software. Okay, if you get any issues, whom to reach out, everything they'll explain. And then finally goes to the maintenance. Means we'll tell the customer, boss, we have developed the software and we have delivered it to you. We have delivered. 6 months is a maintenance period. Like when you buy a washing machine or refrigerator, they'll say 1 year warranty. In between something happens, they'll come and repair it at free of cost. Same way here. So we'll give a 6 months free maintenance. In between, if you find any of the bugs, you always report it to us. So in this stage, like a small like changes, like whenever customer request, hey, this bug, this feature is not working, or I wanted a changes in this feature, like that. Uh, whenever they request, so they will go and make the changes. Small minor changes. As I told you, after a feasibility study, we are not going to accept the requirement changes. This is big requirement changes. But here, customer can request minor changes like login button color or login button shape, or maybe add to cart button need to be replaced, or maybe shuffling of the images from this side to that side. Small changes can be done. Example, I'll go here. Let's say mama earth dot it. Let's say I want this card to be in this side. Login should come in the first, or maybe the search button should come in the left side. Like that, whenever he requests a small changes, that can be done here. That can be done. And they might ask you in the interview, is it 100% testing possible? Is there any man or woman without making a mistake in the world? Nobody has done any mistake, or they'll never do any mistake. Is there any perfect man or woman available in the world?
No,
No.
sir.
Same way, there is no software without a defect. There is no software without a defect. So if anybody asks, is it possible 100% testing? Answer is no. Answer is no. 100% testing is not possible, but 100% test coverage. Look at the choice of word, whatever I'm using. 100% testing is not possible, but 100% test coverage means as a QA, I can apply my testing skills and I'll try to cover all the possible test scenarios and I'll test the application. I'll try to cover all the edge cases. Edge cases means all the valid and invalid scenarios or invalid data, and I'll test it. So that is a test coverage. 100% coverage is possible, but I cannot say 100% testing is possible. Okay, remember this. Okay, so here, whenever in this maintenance stage and whenever customer requests any of the issues, then the small team of development team and testing team, they'll come back and they'll fix the issue and they'll make sure it's working fine. So this entire process, we call it as waterfall model project development. Now let's take the other notes. Before that, can anyone take initiative to read the notes, whatever you have written? Ritesh, can you read the notes, whatever you've written for what from the beginning, SDLC model?
Okay, sir. Software development lifecycle is a systematic procedure.
Wait. All of you are able to hear him? I'm not able to
Yes,
hear.
sir.
Voice is too low. Speak a little louder.
Software development lifecycle is a
Little louder.
systematic. Software development cycle is a systematic procedure to develop the software.
Wait. Others, find a mistake in his notes. I'll ask you, what are all the mistakes? You note down. Okay, I'll ask you. Yeah, go ahead.
It is the procedure to create a system or software with the help of various methodologies. Sorry. Any SDLC model, it will give a result in high quality of a software that meets the customer expectations. The project will be completed within the time frame as per the cost estimation. So that work will be completed efficiently with a cost effectiveness. There are different SDLC models which are available to develop software are listed below. Waterfall model, spiral model, V&V model, derived model, prototype model, hybrid model, and agile methodology. Waterfall model. mm, First, we have in waterfall model we have 7 phases. First, requirement collection, feasibility study and analysis, design, coding
Did I
or
give that in the
programming.
notes?
What, sir?
Did I give in the notes?
Yes, sir.
Others, can anyone read it? Waterfall model. Let me see. Anyone take initiative?
So waterfall module contains a few of the steps. Like, I'm telling this one. So you have just told the only points wise. Like waterfall module comes under like requirement collection, feasibility study or analysis, and design, coding or programming, and testing, installation, and maintenance. So in that requirement collection, so it is done a business analyst or product analyst whenever customer is ready to give the requirements.
Did I
This
not
is
mention like it's one of the old and traditional model? Things are going in a downwards fashion. That's why we call it as a waterfall model. Did I not?
no, no,
Not given?
no, 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 no.
No, sir.
Oh, you need to include these points in the beginning. Okay.
Okay.
Please somewhere. Okay. You can put out some mark somewhere. Write on these points. Waterfall model. It's one of the a very basic or traditional model. This point should come in the first while explaining. Waterfall model. It's a very basic and traditional model. Next point. It's a kind of a sequential design process. Sequential means continuous, one by one. It's a kind of a sequential, sequential, sequential. It's a kind of a sequential design process. It's a kind of a sequential design process. It's kind of a sequential design process, comma, used in the software development life cycle. Used in the software development life cycle. Used in the software development life cycle. Full stop. Here, the progress is going in a downwards fashion like a waterfall. Here, HER, here, the progress is going in a downwards fashion. Here, the progress is going in a downwards fashion. Here, the progress is going in a downwards fashion like a waterfall. That's why we call it as waterfall model. That's why we call it as waterfall model. Done. That's why you call it as waterfall model. That's it. Next line. It has got various stages like requirements collection. It has got various stages like requirement collection, feasibility study, feasibility study, design, design, coding, feasibility study, design, coding, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, testing, installation, and maintenance, and maintenance, full stop. After explaining this, you should go back and explain the requirement collection, whatever the notes you have taken. Requirement collection is done. Okay, now let's continue the flow. Who want to read the notes now? Waterfall model. People who not participated, I want them to participate. Except Sangeeta, she's traveling. Okay, leave her. Apart from others, who want to take it? Take initiative.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, please go ahead, Aditya. Be
Yeah.
louder.
So the first one is requirements collection. So it is done by the business or product analyst.
No,
Whenever
I said waterfall model from beginning.
from beginning, okay. So waterfall model, it is one of the basic and traditional model. It is kind of a sequential, like step-by-step design process used in the software development life cycle. Here, the progress is going in a downwards fashion, like a waterfall. It has got various stages like requirements collection,
Like the
feasibility.
waterfall, that's why we call it as waterfall model.
Yeah.
Have you written the notes like that?
Oh, actually, no.
You missed that point. Like a waterfall, so that's why we call it as waterfall model. Full stop.
Yeah. Done.
Others, have you written that point?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Okay. Who want to read that apart from Aditya now?
Sir, can I go ahead, sir?
Yes, Sanjay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay. So for
Beginning.
first of all, waterfall model. So it is a very basic and traditional model. So it is a kind of sequential design process. So used in the software development life cycle. So here the progress is going in a downwards fashion, like a waterfall. That's why we call it as a waterfall model. It has got various stages like requirement collection, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, installation, and maintenance. So
Hmm.
first one is requirements collection. It is done by business analyst, product analyst. Whenever customer is ready to give the requirements, business analyst or product analyst, they will go to the customer place. They will meet the customer and they will try to understand customer business. And then they will go. Then they will then they will go gather all the requirement. So these requirements will be in the form of business language. They will try to translate from business language to software language so that developers and test engineers can understand. So second stage is feasibility study and analysis. So it is done by a group of team members, which includes architect, senior developers, project managers, finance team, HR team, and business analyst team will be involved, but not testers. So first one is architect. In that first one is architect.
Don't use
So
the word first one, first one. Okay.
okay,
Just
sir.
go with the flow.
Okay. Like first, like architect, he will help us to do technical feasibility study, which means once we get the requirement from the customer, architect is the person who tell us whether we can develop this project. If yes, then what kind of tools, technologies we have to use. And the senior developer, project manager, they will follow architect instructions. So next, finance team will help us to do financial feasibility study, which means they will check whether are we getting a profit margin from this project as per the company policies. If yes, then they will give intimation to take up the project. Otherwise, they will ask them to drop the project. So HR team. After that, HR team, once the project is confirmed, HR team has to fulfill all the project open position. It might be in the form of bench pool or from the market. HR team will help us to do resource visibility study. So once feasibility study is completed, we are going to freeze the requirements, which means we will ask the customer to sign the agreement saying that no more further requirement will be accepted. So requirement will be freezed after feasibility study before the design stage. So next one, design. It is the one of the most creative phase in the SDLC, software development lifecycle, and it has been divided into HLD and LLD. HLD means high level design, and LLD means low level design. So HLD, it is prepared by the architect and senior developers. It gives the high level software architect of software product. LLD, it is prepared by the senior developers. It describes how each and every feature in the product should work and how each and every component work. Here only the design will be there, not the code. So that's also.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, all good. Now let's continue the remaining part of our notes. Right on. Coding or programming. Coding or programming. Once the design phase is completed, once the design phase is completed, once the design phase is completed, all the developers they'll start writing the code. All the developers, they'll start writing the code, which includes freshers, juniors, and senior developers. Which includes freshers, juniors, and senior developers. Senior developers. Full stop. This is the stage where actual product actual product development starts. Actual product development starts. Actual product development starts. Full stop. Once the development is completed, development team, they will send the software to testing team. Once the development is completed, development team, they'll send the software to testing team. Development team, they'll send the software to testing team. Full stop. Next, small heading, testing. Next stage, testing. It is done by the test engineers. Answer. It is done by the test engineers. It is done by the test engineers. Put a comma. Here they will verify. 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 They will verify here they'll verify the functional behavior of an application. Here they'll verify functional behavior of an application. Functional behavior. Look at here. Example, functional means, okay, what I wanted to do, when I click on, say, new launches, it should go to the new launches. Okay, when I click on shop now, okay, this image, see, it is not taking me anywhere. It's just an image. Okay, it's not working. Okay, maybe, okay, so they just created this banner image as a, okay, branding or a showcase, and now see here it's completely blank. Okay, so it is taking more time. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, let's see, yeah, in between it took some time. Okay, so there are issues in the page loading. Okay, now go here and check. When I click on add to cart, yes, I'm able to add the product to the cart. That is a functional behavior. Okay, when I click on Mama Earth, it should go back to the home page. See, now I am landing on the home page. I'm landing on the home page. So that behavior we are going to verify. That is the meaning, functional behavior of an application. Here they'll verify, answer. Here they'll verify functional behavior of an application and check. Wait. Here they'll verify the functional behavior of an application according to the requirement specification. According to the requirement specification. According to the requirement specification. If they find any defect, according to the requirement specification, full stop. If they find any defect, if they find a defect, if they find a defect, they'll report it back to the development team. If they find a defect, they'll report it back to the development team. Development team, they'll fix the defects. Development team, they'll fix the defect. Development team, they'll fix the defect. Development team, they'll fix the defect. Again, they'll send the software to testing team. Development team, they'll fix the defect. Again, they'll send the software to testing team. Full stop. This process will continue until testing team says that this process will continue until testing team says that the software is good to go for next stage. This process will continue until testing team says that this process will continue until testing team says that the software is good to go for next stage. The software is good to go for next stage. The next comes heading right on installation stage. Answer. So once the testing is completed, once the testing is completed, once the testing is completed, the installation engineers, they'll go and install the product software, both are same. Once testing is completed, come on, the installation engineers, they'll go and install the product. They'll go and install the product in the customer server. They'll go and install the product in the customer server. And also, they'll give a guidance on how to use the software. And also, they will give a guidance on how to use the software. And also, they'll give a guidance on how to use the software. How to use the software. Full stop. Next, last final maintenance. This is a stage where customer starts using our product. Okay, let's see how many of you are good in English. So this maintenance spelling correct? Huh?
It should be
No,
N.
instead of E, you have to mention A.
Yeah, this has to be E, maintenance. Okay, this E has to be
A.
A. Correct it, all of you. Blind workout, just correct it. E and A. maintenance. Maintenance. Let's continue the answer. So this is a stage where a customer starts using our product. If we find any of the bugs or defects, if he finds any of the bugs or a defect, if he finds any of the bugs or a defect, if we find any of the bugs or a defect, he will send the, he'll send the, sorry, wait, if he find any of the bugs or defects, immediately he'll report it back to the development team. Immediately he'll report it back to the development team. No, okay, full stop. So development team, they have to fix those bugs on an immediate basis. Development team, they have to fix those bugs on an immediate basis. In this stage, minor changes like, in this stage, minor changes like adding, comma, maybe next line if you want, write, you can write. In this stage, the minor changes like adding, comma, deleting or modifying the small features. In this stage, minor changes like adding, comma, deleting or modifying any of the small features. Any of the small features in the software product takes place. Adding, comma, deleting or modifying any of the small features in the product takes place based on the customer request. Based on the customer request. Based on the customer request. First off, this entire process, we call it as waterfall model project development methodology or process. This entire process, we call it as waterfall model project development methodology. This entire process, we call it as waterfall model project development methodology. This entire process, we call it as waterfall model project development methodology. Full stop. A small note. Next line, NOT, note. 100% testing is not possible 100% testing is not possible. Note in front of that 100%, maybe in separate new line. 100% testing is not possible because 100% testing is not possible. Put one hyphen, one line in front of that and continue. Because the way testers, means we are all testers, we test. The way testers test the product, the way testers or test engineers, anything, the way testers test the product is different from the way testers test the product is different from the way customer uses the product. The way customer uses the product. The way testers test the product is different from the way customer uses the product. Full stop. Hence, 100% test coverage is possible. Hence, 100% test coverage is possible. Hence, 100% test coverage is possible. Okay, fine. Okay. Now look at here. Advantages. What are the advantage? First thing, we are going to get the stable product in the waterfall model because from top to bottom, we are clear what kind of a product we want to develop because we are freezing the requirements in this stage. After feasibility study, we are freezing the requirements. So there is no more further requirement changes accepted. So we are going to get the stable product. That's one good thing. That's a one good thing. Second point, the investment is also less. Reason, we don't need a testers. We don't want to hire the testers in the day one itself. We can hire after the development. So cost is saved. Cost is saved. The initial investment is less. And then next, third one, the total development cost is also less because there is no too many changes in the requirements. There is no too many changes in the requirements, and we are freezing the requirements after feasibility study. So hence we are going to get the stable product. But drawback, assume that you are a customer. You have invested 5 crore rupees on your product. How much you have invested?
5 crores, sir.
5 crores. So you want one software, you have given it to one company. Okay, you are investing 5 crores and you have signed an agreement with them, and I want to give the requirements to you guys and you do the development and give it to me. Okay, you have signed an agreement. They have freeze the requirements and you have signed an agreement. But once they once they start development, you realize, oh, I wanted these many changes, and also I wanted some creative things to add. Now I'm getting a creative ideas. I want to add those I want to add those features in the new software. But you already signed an agreement. They are in the coding stage. Will you be able to go back and include those changes now?
No.
As a customer, are you happy now?
No.
They're not going to accept your changes. You're investing 5 crores. They're not going to accept your changes. Okay. As a customer, are you happy?
No.
So customer satisfaction is not there in this model. And it is not a flexible model to adopt the changes because customer wanted some changes in the future. He should be able to accept it. But as per the waterfall model, you have signed an agreement. They have freeze the requirements. You cannot make changes. You cannot make changes. So it's not a flexible model to adopt for the changes, and customer satisfaction will not be there in this model. And backtracking is not possible, means once I reach the design stage, I cannot go back and make a changes in the requirements, or I cannot make a changes in the feasibility study change, whatever the things they have done. Or once I reach a coding stage, I cannot go back and make a changes in the design. So backtracking is not possible. Once we reach the design stage, requirements are freezed and we cannot go back and make any changes. Chances are there might be a bug in the requirement collection itself. You would have not collected a proper requirements, or maybe if it is there, it might go till the end of the development. You will realize here, oh, these are all the mistake. You will find it in the testing stage. And assume that if we go back and make a changes in the requirements, maybe you might allow them to introduce a new bug, so it will go till the end. So that's the reason they don't want to make any changes. So applications, where are we going to use this? So whenever we want to develop a simple applications or short-term projects, or take calculator kind of thing, right? If you take calculator, it's going to be 6 months. Okay, this calculator, or maybe this kind of a camera, this kind of a things can be developed using waterfall model. Can be developed using waterfall model. Okay, and whenever we are sure that there is no requirement changes, that time we go with this model. But are we really using this model? No. Now we are not at all using this model. This is for your knowledge purpose. You should aware what went wrong in the earlier stage when 2000 or 1998, 2000 testing started by the company called RelQ. That was the first company they started at testing. That is where testing started booming in the industry. Okay, so earlier everybody, you ask the designation software engineer. That's it. That was a designation. They used to do the development. They used to do the testing, but quality was compromising. That is the reason there is a company called RelQ. So now it is not there. RelQ has been acquired by Sun Microsystem. Then Sun Microsystem has been acquired by Oracle now. Okay, so that is the journey. That is the first company they introduced testing, and that is how the testing is moving forward. Nowadays, developers is also getting the same salary, even tester is also getting the same salary. There is no compromise on the salary part. Designation wise, yes, the same growth will be there. It's only about how you utilize the opportunities. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, let's come back and take down the notes now. Take down advantages of waterfall model. Point number 1. Requirement changes. Requirements will not change. Requirements will not change. Or design will not change. Or design and coding will not change. Or design and coding will not change. Design or coding will not change. Put a comma. Hence, we get a stable product. 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 Hence, Next, second point. The requirements will be freezed after the feasibility study. Requirements will be freezed after the feasibility study. Requirements will be freezed after the feasibility study. That is the reason we get a stable product. That is the reason we get a stable product. That is the reason we get a stable product. That is the reason we get a stable product. Because continuation, because there is no changes in the design or code. Because there is no changes in the design or code. There is no changes in the design or code. Perfect. Then third point. Initial investment is less. Initial investment is less because initial investment is less because we don't have to hire the test engineers from day one. We don't have to hire the test engineers from day one. We don't have to hire the test engineers from day one. Don't have to hire the test engineers from day one. Next point, fourth point. Total project development cost will be less compared to other models. Total project development cost will be less. Total project development cost will be less. Total project development cost will be less. Total project development cost will be less compared to other models. That's it. Okay, next, disadvantages of waterfall model. Point number one. In waterfall model, backtracking is not possible. In waterfall model, backtracking is not possible. Backtracking is not possible. That is means symbol like this. I dot E put a comma. So this one I call it as that is shortcut. That is, we cannot go back and change the requirements. We cannot go back and change the requirements once we reach the design stage. We cannot go back and change the requirements once we reach the design stage.
So can you repeat once? We cannot.
In waterfall model, backtracking is not possible. That is, we cannot go back. We cannot go back and change the requirements. Change the requirements once we reach the design stage. Second point. Since we are freezing the requirements, customer may not be satisfied. Since we are freezing the requirements, comma, customer may not be satisfied. 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 If the changes he requires, if the changes he requires is not, if the changes he requires is not included in the product development, if the changes he requires is not included in the product development, next point, waterfall model is not a flexible model to waterfall model is not a flexible model for product development. Waterfall model is not a flexible model to adopt for product development. Total, how many points in the drawback or disadvantage?
Including this one, 3, sir.
Okay, next, fourth one. Look at here. The major drawback is we are only doing testing here, but chances are there might be a wrong design. There might be a incorrect requirement collection. Nobody has verified this requirements properly. Nobody has verified this design, because after the requirement collection, we have to go back and check once again. Everything is proper. Is there any mistakes in the requirements? We have to verify that. Or okay, after the design, somebody should be there to verify this design, whether are we good to go, because architect is not a final. So others also should, even from the testing side also, testing architect will be there. He can also look into that and he can verify that. He can give us suggestions also on that. But if we are not verified here or verified here, but here we are catching a more number of bugs. Testing is a very small phase in the waterfall model, which is done after coding. Chances are there there might be a bug in the requirement collection itself, or it might be a design itself. So it will go till the end of the product. Here we have invested a lot of money till here for salaries, office cubicle cost, many things will be involved, right? If we would have catched here major bugs, and we could have found less bugs in the testing, right on that point. The major drawback in waterfall model, 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 the major drawback in waterfall model is the major drawback in waterfall model, put one hyphen. Testing is a very small phase. 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 Which is done after coding. Which is done after coding. Full stop. Requirement is not tested. Continuation. Requirement is not tested, comma, design is not tested. Requirement is not tested, comma, design is not tested. You know one thing, so I made a big mistake in the last batches. I could not track the presentation, especially QC 20, 23, 24, 25. So I was little occupied with my project work. I could not track their presentation. Till today, they are not able to crack interview. And some of them, they have attended interview. Some of them, they are not able to crack into. People who attended presentation, they have prepared it. But some people, they have never even joined a presentation. Today, they are not able to crack interview. They want to come for offline program. You know, I conduct offline for people who complete the course and who are struggling to get a job. For them, for that, you know, they have to pay 1 lakh rupees after getting a job. That is a job guaranteed program. So don't try to come in that category. So that is for people who are not at all, they're not able to crack interview, but they need a job. So there we have a target of 60 days. In that 60 days, we take care of their grooming, their preparation, and then we deploy them to any of the project with a minimum package of 6 LPA. So you don't come because you already paid 30K here and you're taking a documents. And why are you trying to come to that again 1 lakh rupee category? Sit, prepare properly, get out from here only. Okay, because I'm telling you with a lot of pain, because many people, they're not able to focus on their preparation. And at the end of the day, you will come in that category. I need a mentor. I want to come for offline. I want to prepare for a job. So don't do that. Why you want to invest that? Why I charge 1 lakh rupees is there's a cubicle cost. You have to sit there, right? There's a cubicle cost. There's a P1 will be there to arrange a coffee, tea, and there's a office maintenance cost. And there are people in the office. So for them, I have to invest on the salary also. For that reason, we're going to charge 1 lakh rupees. That 1 lakh rupees, when once you get a job, you have to pay it in 3 installment. So do you want to come in that category or you want to go from here only? What do you want to do?
We don't want to come, sir.
We don't want to.
Never keep that in your mind. I will come to in that category. Remember this. Prepare, get out from here only. Whenever I assign a mentor, you catch hold of that fellow. That bugger, whoever I assign, you catch hold of that fellow, take all the knowledge. If he's not helping, you let me know. I will be always available here. Okay, because when I assign a mentor, I choose the fellow who is very much interested in teaching others. Such kind of fellows I'll pick and I'll assign it. If they're not helping, you let me know, because I know how to bend them, because their background verification will be with me. If they're not Yeah, because I help them. If they're not helping me back, I know how to bend them. Same applicable for you also. Once you get a job, don't think, yeah, I'm a King Kong. Yes, you got a job. Work. Future, you have to give a return back to me. Means when I assign you as a mentor, you also should guide others. Keep it in your mind. Okay, let's come back. Oh, which point you have written? Last one. Can you read it? Can you read last point? What have you written?
Major drawbacks.
Yeah, read it.
Major drawbacks in yes, sir.
Read that line.
Okay, major drawbacks in waterfall model testing is very small phase which is done after coding requirement is not tested or design is not
Design is not tested.
tested.
Till that you written or continuation is there?
It is done. That's it, sir.
So major drawback in waterfall model is testing is a small phase which is done after coding. Requirement is not tested. Design is not tested. That's it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Put a comma. Continuation. If there is a bug in the requirements, if there is a bug in the requirements, if there is a bug in the requirements, it goes on. If there is a bug in the requirements, it goes on till the end of the product development. If there is a bug in the requirements, it goes on till the end of the product development, till the end of the product development, which leads lot of rework, which leads a lot of rework, which leads a lot of rework. Which leads a lot of rework. Okay. So
Lot
these
of,
are, yes,
lot of next, sir.
lot of
Lot
rework, rework.
rework.
Yeah, means again, developer has to go back and make a changes in the code. Again, test engineer has to sit and do the testing. So that is a rework.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so these are all the advantage, disadvantage. Next, applications of waterfall model. Applications of waterfall model. Applications of waterfall model. I'm putting my 100% effort. You also please do that so that you land in the job. Later, you will suffer a lot if you don't prepare. I am repeating again. So 3 months, cut all your traveling. Okay, I want to go that side. I want to see this moon. I want to see that sun. All these things, cut it up. Focus on preparation. Saturday, Sunday, sit and prepare. Don't plan for outing. 3 months, compromise. Then
Okay,
you will
sir.
see the beautiful life in the IT. Applications. Point number one, whenever we want to develop a simple applications, whenever we want to develop a simple applications, we go with this waterfall model. Whenever we want to develop a simple applications, we go with a waterfall model. Second point, whenever we want to develop a short-term project, means 6 months or 1 year, like that. Short-term is 6 months to 1 year. Whenever we want to develop a short-term project, SHORT, short-term, TERM. Whenever we want to develop a short-term project, we go with the waterfall model. Next point. Whenever we are sure that whenever we are sure that SURE, whenever we are sure that requirements will not change, whenever we are sure that requirements will not change, whenever we are sure that requirements will not change, whenever we are sure that requirements will not change, in that time we go with the waterfall model. That time we go with the waterfall model. So this completes your waterfall model. Whenever you're giving a presentation, yes, you should start explaining what is software development lifecycle. It has got various models like waterfall model, spiral, V&V, derived, prototype, hybrid, and agile methodology. Yeah, let's come to the waterfall model. It's one of the very basic and traditional model. Here, it's kind of a sequential design process. Here, things are going in a downwards fashion, like waterfall model. That's why we call it like waterfall. That's why we call it as a waterfall model. And it has got various stages like requirement collection, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, installation, and maintenance. So when it comes to the requirement collection stage, here the business analyst, they'll go and collect the like whatever I've given, go with that flow. Don't use point number one, point number two, next point. Don't use that jargons while explaining. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? The flow has to be continuous.
Yes, sir.
The flow has to be continuous. Even though you have to by heart, you do that. Later, it will stick in your mind. Next time when you go back and just look into the notes, automatically you'll be able to recall it. Oh, this is what I studied. At the time of while preparing for interview, it makes your job easy. You don't have to sit back and again study if you give presentation. Okay, shall we start presentation from today night or you want from tomorrow? All of you. When shall we start presentation? This entire waterfall model.
Today only.
Today, all of you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, give a try. Entire waterfall model, you should give a presentation. So shall I make, okay, I'll make two teams. Okay, 8 p.m. Today, right? Let's connect everybody in the same call. 8 p.m. we'll try to connect and then we'll start the 8 p.m. Wait, 8 p.m. Anyway, you don't have a class, right? I'll keep it at 9:30. I'll just check my calendar and I'm going to share the invitation. Everybody join, turn on the camera, and you have to give a presentation. Okay, you want to use the hand movement to explain, or you want to stand and explain, you do whatever you want. You keep the camera in front of you, that it might be a mobile or it might be a laptop. Okay, you want to stand and explain or you want to sit and explain, that's up to you. End of the day, the flow has to be good. That's it. If you make a mistake, that is fine, no worry. Okay, cool.
Okay, sir.
Now let's come back. Is any doubt? Any question? Okay. Now let's come back to the one more very important topic. Should I join a product-based company or service-based company? Okay. Initially, if you join product-based company, that's a very good. You know, from QA Circle, most of the people who joined product-based company, and their growth is also very good. Why I say that is, okay, example, I'll take this Qualitrix, I'll be keep on talking. Why I talk about this Qualitrix? Because it's a testing company. It's a testing company. And they work with all the customers on testing only. They work with all the customers on testing only. They don't work on development. They don't work on development. And there's one more company called Test Matrix. And one more company called QA Mentor. This is also a pure testing company. And one more is there, We Test, something is there. And one more is there, Mulya is there. Most of my engineers are working in these companies. And okay, it's not about only this company, many other companies, but many have got placed here. Why? These guys, they work with the product based companies like Upstock, Grow, PhonePay, MPL, Dream 11. Such kind of companies they work. Means, yes, they are the employee of Qualtrics, but they work for a client. The client name is PhonePay. The brand gets acquired. So once they work in that PhonePay project for 2 years, their career gets boosted up and they'll get exposure on a lot of tools and technologies. They know how the startup works. They know how the tools are using. Even though if you don't know the tools, they'll say, "Hey, we are planning to buy this tool tomorrow. Explore it. Day after tomorrow, we'll start using it." There is no training. From day one, they'll start using it. It's okay. We'll make a mistake. We'll learn it from them. That is what their culture. Once you go to the startup. But in service-based company, no, it's a systematic procedure. Hey, you should go sit here only. You should go throw your tissue paper in this dustbin only. So there is a systematic plan. Okay, this line you should not cross. You should work this hours only. 9 o'clock come, 6 o'clock get out. But in product-based company, no. Come at 10:30 or 11, stay till 8, 9, 10 when there is a dependency. When you don't have a work, yes, you go log out early. But when there is a work, you may have to work till 12 p.m. But learning curve will be amazing in the product-based company compared to service-based company, because service-based companies are good to settle down. And service-based company, you work for a different customers. Okay, for example, now I joined TCS or Infosys. They will not have a projects. They will be depending on the customers. They will deploy me to the client project for 2 years. Once the project get over, again I'll come back to the bench. From there again I have to go back and attend the other company. It might be Capgemini also, same thing. But in Qualtrics, yes, Qualtrics also, it's a service-based company. They work for a customer. It's not a permanent company, but you are working for the product. Remember that. From that product, you can go to the next product-based company. From that product, from there, you can jump to the another product-based company because that logo gets added in your resume. I worked for PhonePay. I worked for Slice. I worked for Razorpay. The product name gets added in your resume. That is where you'll get a more weightage. So in product-based company, it's very good to learn in terms of technology, tools, and a lot of exposures you'll get it. And your career also goes. And when it comes to the service-based company, it's good to learn process. And in terms of salary wise, in product-based company, people can offer you 12 lakhs, 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs for 3+ years. In service-based company, no. Fixed standard, 6 lakhs or 4.5 lakhs. I'll take example. Sanjana is there here, right? You worked in a Capgemini as a developer. What was your package?
Initially, it is 4.5 only. Yeah.
4.5, right? For 3 years, huh?
Yeah, sir, for 3 years.
3 years. They have a bracket because they have to look at the large audience. They cannot go
Yes.
simply blindly, I want to give 10 lakhs. No, they have to see the thousands of employees because they come in that category. They will plan that hike between maybe say 4 to 5.5 or 6 lakhs only. They have to give a salary. They cannot go beyond that bracket. So that is the reason. So in product-based company, growth will be good, and also risk is also there. If there is no money, next day they'll remove you. Tata bye bye. They'll say product-based company. But in service-based company, no, it's not like that. Okay, so in service-based company, job is secured. But now the era has gone. TCS itself has done a 12,000 employees layoff recently. You have you read that news?
Sir.
Yes, right. Because now
Yes.
no company is permanent. Until you have a skill, you have a value. If you don't have a skill, you don't have value. So that's the reason when you're coming into the IT, always after getting a job, keep 1 hour for your study. You do enjoyment, whatever you want to do, you do it. After getting a job, every day, 1 hour you spend on learning any of the technology or tools, so that it makes your job easy when you want to switch to the another company, and you will be keep on acquiring some good knowledges. Okay, every day you keep 1 hour for your preparation or learning. Do your enjoyment. Don't get settled down. Okay, I got a job, I don't have to study. No, never keep that in your mind. So now what is the lesson learned? You want to join product-based company, service-based company?
Product base.
Product-based company. Okay, cool. So I will stop it today and we'll continue tomorrow. Any questions? Anybody want to ask anything? Tomorrow, I'll give a notes for this product-based company versus service-based company, and then we'll start with the spiral model. Okay. Thank you all for joining. And today presentation link I'll send you.
Okay, sir.
Yes. ಹೇಳಿ ಏನೋ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ.
ಸರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸರ್?